Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 98 of the Yellow Card Podcast. With you as always, Diego DJ Chris Jones. Josie, how you doing, sir? Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, no, very good weekend. Um, Obviously, we didn't get as much soccer as we would have liked due to obviously the passing of the Queen. So we wanted to do a quick moment of silence for her.
Yes, sir. Let's do that.
Thank you. All right, but let's dive into some things. Last week we had our first taste of Champions League.
Yes, we did. We did. So before we proceed, we got the same exact topics as last week: Champions League, Europa League, La Liga, Ligue, Bundesliga, Premier League. One thing to note in mind is the Premier League allowed for 3 games to be postponed or suspended until further notice. 3.
4.
Oh, 4 now. Okay.
It is. I'll tell you right now.
Because I know Manchester United versus Leeds has been suspended. I know Crystal Palace.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I'm counting Leeds versus Nottingham Forest today. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
So
Crystal Palace and Crystal
Brighton.
Palace. Crystal Palace and Brighton have been canceled, as well as Liverpool and
Chelsea.
Chelsea. So those games have been suspended for now, with the rest of the slate good to go through. So with that being said, our records remain the same for the Premier League. I'm gonna let Jones take it away and pick a league that he wants to start with.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna want to start with the Champions League.
Let's do it.
All right. So the first game we're gonna be talking about is Sporting CP and Tottenham. Diego, what do you got for this one?
Well, before we start that, last week our records, if we want to update them, Jones went 9-7. I went 11-5. So lucky for a start for me. That's a highly unusual of me, but we'll go with it. Sporting versus Tottenham. I like Sporting so far, but Tottenham in the Champions League is a whole different animal. With how good Richarlison played his first game, I see this going 4-2 to Tottenham.
Really, you think it's gonna be that high scoring in the game?
Yeah.
I got Tottenham winning a close one here. I got Tottenham winning 1-0. Okay. I think both defenses are gonna be on their tip top of their game, but I don't know, man. I really like Tottenham to squeak out one in the early start for this slate of games. All right, next one is Victoria Pilsen versus Inter Milan.
Pardon me for just a second. I got Inter winning this one 2-0.
I got Inter winning 3-0. We saw what Barcelona did to Pilsner last week. I think we'll see more of the same for Inter Milan this week when they face Victoria Pilsen.
Okay.
All right, next one we got is Bayern Leverkusen and Atletico Madrid. Jesus, right. I heard that.
Yeah, my bad. I got this one ending in a draw. The last time that these guys have played has been very close ones. If not, one has won one and Leverkusen has won the other one. I got this one going 2-2.
It's actually funny you say that because I also had them drawing, but I have them drawing 1-1.
All right.
All right, next one we got the matches, the mall matches. Bayern Munich and Barcelona.
I got Bayern Munich destroying Barcelona in this one, 3-1.
And it begins, ladies and gentlemen, and it begins because I also have it at 3-1. I think Barcelona is much better than the last time these two teams played, and I think maybe Bayern is taking a step off. Step back, don't get me wrong. However, I do see Barcelona being aggressive, but I think that aggressiveness is going to cost them some key here. I like Bayern Munich 3-1.
Okay, I like it.
Next, we got FC Porto and Club Brugge.
I got Porto winning this one 1-0.
Can you see my notes through your screen? I'm kind of confused.
I cannot.
You sure?
Yes, very sure.
Okay, because I have them winning 1-0 as well. All right, next one.
I mean, if you really want to know, look, I'm filling in the blanks as you tell me.
All right. I guess. Sure. All right. Next one is Liverpool and Ajax.
I got Ajax winning this one 2-1.
See, I stopped myself here. I have Liverpool winning 2-1 just because they're at home. I think they bounced back from the disaster that was there last time. Last week against the Napoli. Jeez, God, in the Champions League.
Yep.
All right. Last one for the first day. We got Marseille and Frankfurt.
I got Frankfurt winning this one 2-1.
All right. You definitely can see through my screen, bro. Like, it's not even funny. I also have Frankfurt winning 2-1 here. All right. Let's move in the Wednesday slate. We got AC Milan at home versus Dynamo Zagreb.
Dynamo played a very good game against Chelsea. However, this was a Chelsea side that I think is going through some transitions / some turmoil in its locker room. Now with Thomas Tuchel out of the picture, I don't really think Dynamo Zagreb goes with the same luck. I got Milan winning this one 2-0.
All right, I'm gonna move my notes like far away from my computer now because this is just getting freaky. But I have AC Milan winning 2-0 as well. Dynamo Zagreb on the road this time, compared to when they were at home. I like it here. Let's keep the ball rolling here with a 2-0 AC Milan win. All right, next one we got Shakhtar Donetsk and Celtic.
Celtic played a very good game against Real Madrid. In fact, probably one of the best games they've played all season long thus far. Shakhtar, on the other hand, got lucky, in my opinion. So I think this is actually a 1-1 draw.
I have a draw here as well, but I have a 0-0 draw. I think both these defenses are going to play intense, and I think that we will see some fun action here in Shakhtar Donetsk. All right, next we have Rangers and Napoli.
Napoli already showed the type of animal they can be. Excuse me. Rangers, on the other hand, not even a shade of themselves. I got Napoli winning this one 3-1.
I have Napoli winning a close one, actually. I think Rangers at home, they're going to play them tough. And I think Napoli's going to squeak one out here. I'm going to go Napoli winning 1-0, actually.
Okay.
All right, next one we get Chelsea and RB Salzburg.
I'm giving this one to Graham Porter and company. I'm going to go with a 1-0 victory, but it's nothing that is earth-shattering. I don't see a Chelsea performance of who they can be.
Okay, I'm going to go with, what'd you say, 1-0?
Yeah, 1-0 Chelsea, yep.
I'm going to go Chelsea 2-0, actually.
Okay.
I think Potter in his debut will get the team rolling, and I don't think Salzburg's going to be able to match up with how Potter runs his squad. Next, we got Copenhagen, Sevilla.
I got Sevilla winning this one 1-0.
I don't know if you can see this, but I'm moving my thing further and further away from me. Because I also have Sevilla winning 1-0. Just Copenhagen isn't the greatest teams, but I think with them at home, they're going to play tough, and Sevilla just has been the same team. So I think they squeak out a victory. Juventus and Benfica.
I got Benfica winning this one 2-1. Benfica's just their offense is very speedy, and I just don't think Juventus has yet figured out the defensive game.
Yeah, obviously this isn't the same defensive team, and you got to think about it. Benfica is just a tough team all around. However, I actually like a draw here. I'm gonna go with a 0-0 draw in this one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Maccabi versus PSG.
I got PSG dominating Maccabi on this one 6-0.
Jesus Christ, Diego's all about the goals. I'm going high for me, but not Diego level high. I'm going 4-0 PSG. All right, and the last one we have two left. City versus Dortmund. The Erling Haaland with his new team versus Erling Haaland's old team. This is going to go one of two ways. It's going to either go with an absolute battle or it's going to be a Manchester City masterclass. And I think we're going to see a City masterclass. 3-1 City, Haaland getting all 3 goals.
I got City winning this one 2-0.
All right, and then finally the last one, Real Madrid and RB Leipzig.
I got Real Madrid winning this one 3-2. It's a close game, but they can squeeze it through.
I'm gonna go with them winning 2-0 here. I think close game, like you said. I think they get out in front early and score. However, I think later down the stretch, we'll see them. We'll see Leipzig. We'll see Leipzig's form drop off a little bit. So I'm gonna go with a 2-0 win.
All right.
Real Madrid. All right, and I'll do it for that. Why don't we dive in quickly to the Europa League?
All right. So just so you know, on the Champions League, we got 5 games where we predicted the same exact score.
God damn it. All right. Let's go to
Europa League.
Europa League. We both went 2-1 last week, both losing on Manchester United.
Yep.
Manchester United as they lost Real Sociedad 1-0. All right, so the 3 games we're talking about this week. The first one, it's Sheriff hosting that same United team.
Yeah, I got United winning this one 3-1. They took the break to be able to bounce back. They should be able to. It was honestly that Real Sociedad game could have ended 1-0 to United. A bunch of bullshit calls. And that penalty was all bullshit too. So
yeah, I mean, I got United winning 2-0 here. I think, like you said, the break will be good for them. And I know Sheriff's tough, and I believe actually Sheriff beat United last time they played, correct?
Actually, this is their first time meeting.
Well, then who did Sheriff beat last year? Sheriff beat someone big at home last year. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I'm gonna go with United 2-0. All right, let's go to it's Renee, and I believe they're playing.
Fenerbahce.
Yes, that's the one.
Yep. I got this one in a 1-1 draw.
I have Renee winning that one 1-0. I think close game. However, I don't know if Fenerbahce has what it takes to jump over the hump and get the job done.
Okay.
All right, the last one is Olympiacos SC Freiburg.
I got Olympiacos winning this one 2-1. It's an Olympiacos. Marcelo's now already a new player for them. That should help them big time. So 2-1 Olympiacos.
I also had them winning this one 2-1 as well. All right, was Sheriff in? Were they in? They were in the Champions League last year. Okay, because I'm trying to figure out who they beat. Because they beat like a big team last year, and I want to figure out who it was. I thought it was United in group play.
No.
Let's find out right here. I'm scrolling. Group stage. Where are you, Sheriff? It was. So they played Real Madrid, Inter Milan.
Yeah, they kicked off Real Madrid, I think. Actually, Inter Milan, I think.
I'm looking at it now. 3-1. Nope. It was they beat Real Madrid 2-1.
Yeah.
That's who it was. They scored a 90-minute goal. That's right. That's what it was. Okay.
All right, where are we moving on to?
I'm back now. Sorry. We're going to the EPL.
All right, let's go to the EPL.
All right. So for the EPL, we are starting off with the first game of Aston Villa and Southampton.
I got this one going to Aston Villa 3-1, and I also have Ralph Hasenhüttl being sacked right after that game.
Oh wow! So he's big bold on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just so people remember, the records are the same for the Premier League. As last week we didn't play, so I am 26-34. Diego's 28-32. I'm gonna go with Villa 2-0 here. I think I wouldn't go as far as to say that Southampton's manager will get sacked here at the end of this game, but I think Villa has enough in the tank here to get the job done and move up the group stage. The table with a win over Southampton. God, talking about the Europa League and the Champions League making me think of
It's
group
difficult.
stages.
It's a difficult transition.
All right, next one, Nottingham Forest and Fulham.
I got Fulham squeaking this one out. 1-0.
See, I really like Nottingham Forest in this game, but I can't pick them because all they do is screw me. And I really don't like Fulham in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw. I hope no goals get scored in this one. And everybody suffers. That's what I want. All right. Next one. Let's go, man. Wolves hosting Man City.
Yeah, so Wolves predicted to be starting their new forward Diego Costa. I think this is gonna be a very physical game. It is Diego Costa. So I see this going 2-1 for City.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think by any means necessary. The fact that they're playing it I don't think City blows this team out by any chance.
No.
But I do like City's odds to come out with on top. I think they win 2-0. All right. Tottenham and I lied. Newcastle and Bournemouth.
I got Newcastle winning this one 2-0.
I got them 2-1 here. I think Bournemouth is going to play them tough. However, I think with it being at Newcastle, I think they finally start winning games regularly here, and I think this is the start of it. All right, next one we get Tottenham and Leicester City.
I got Tottenham winning this one 2-1.
I'm winning 2-0. I think Leicester still, to me, they still haven't won in 6 matches. It's a tough. They've lost their last 5. I think just the momentum of Tottenham carries over here. I think they win 2-0.
Okay.
All right, next we got Brentford and Arsenal. Last year, when these two teams met at Brentford, it was a chaotic one. Does Arsenal bounce back here?
Yeah, I mean this is not even a shade of the Arsenal that started like the campaign last year. They're still trying to find their identity. Had a bunch of signings that didn't have any chemistry whatsoever this year. Just a few signings, but they all seem to meld very well together. I think Arsenal turns the wheel around here. They go 3-0 against Brentford.
Ooh, I got them 2-0 against Brentford. I think Arsenal plays much more of an upbeat, more tempo, which I think Brentford's going to struggle with a little bit. So I think Arsenal is a great play here. I like them to win here.
All right.
Next one, last one I should say, is Everton and West Ham.
I got Everton winning this one 2-1.
I got West Ham winning 1-0. I think this is going to be a defensive-minded game. Jeez, I just spit all over myself. But I think this is going to be a defensive-minded game. And I think both sides, it's going to come down to 1 goal. I don't think more than 1 goal gets scored. And I think Mikel Antonio gets it done.
Yep.
All right, so that'll do it for the Premier League. What about La Liga? We got a big matchup this week. We got Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid.
Yeah, Atletico not playing yet to the potential that they can. However, every time they face Real Madrid, they really turn the page around. I think this is actually a very busy game. It's a close one, but Real Madrid wins it 3-2.
Wow. I on 1 draw here. I think, like you said, Atletico hasn't played up to their potential yet so far this year, but I think this is the perfect game for them to do it. And I think at home they get a little bit of an advantage here for me. And I just see Real Madrid struggling against this Atletico defense. So I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw.
All right.
All right, so that'll do that for the La Liga. I am 5-8. You're 7-6.
Yep.
Move over to Serie A. There's 2 very good games. I couldn't pick between both of them, Diego, so we're doing them both. Just go over the records. Just go over the records there. I'm 7-9. You're 8-8. The first one, I mean, Diego, look, when you got 2 games where 4 out of the top 5 are playing each other, you have to talk about them both.
Yeah.
So the first one is, in fact, Roma versus Atalanta.
Roma versus Atalanta.
I'll go first while you think.
Yeah, because you didn't even send me
Correct.
the info on this.
Listen, my schedule got really, really busy today. But Roma, to me, they're a better team right now. I think Mourinho has his team in a good spot. I think Roma sneaks out a 2-0 victory at home. So I'm gonna go with Roma 2-0.
I'm gonna go with Roma 1-0. I agree with you that Mourinho can play offensively. I know how Atalanta has been playing lately, and I just don't see them conceding more than what they need to.
All right. AC Milan and Napoli is the other one.
AC Milan and Napoli. Oof. Yeah, you may need to go first on that one. That one is a tough one.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think for me, both these teams are very, very well coached. I think right now Napoli's playing a little bit above where they finished during the end of the season. I'm actually going to go with AC Milan to squeak out a 2-1 victory.
I actually think these two teams are very similar. I mean, record wise, they got 4-2, both of them 6 matches played. Goals in favor, that is the only differential here. It's about 3 goals in differential. I actually see this one ending a 1-1 draw.
All right, let's go to Bundesliga best selection. I'm 2-4. You're 1-5. Bayern Munich fucked me again last week. It just goes to show, Diego, nothing's a sure shot anymore.
Yeah, yeah, really.
All right, so for me, my sure shot this week is Borussia Dortmund at home versus Schlock. I think after they lose to Manchester City the way in the fashion that I think they will. Jesus, I can't even fucking talk today. If Dortmund loses in the fashion that I see them losing to City 2 earlier this week, I think Dortmund's going to roll over Schlock. So I'm going to take them as my best selection in the Bundesliga.
I'm gonna take RB Leipzig over Gladbach this week. Leipzig has been playing really good football actually, and Gladbach on the other hand is not even a shade of themselves just yet. So I'm going with Leipzig here. Plus, they also got a new coach, so this should be interesting.
All right. All right, so let's move over to Ligue 1 real quick. I'm sitting at 5-2 in Ligue 1. You were 4-3. Even though I made you switch because you couldn't pick PSG, your selection also hit last week, so you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So for me, this week I'm gonna go Lalal over Toulouse.
Okay. So now over Toulouse. And I'm gonna pick Lens over Nantes.
Ooh, that's a spicy one.
So we like them.
Nantes has been playing. Nantes I thought was playing well. Lens is the one that's actually playing up to
Extremely
third
well.
place right now.
Yeah.
I mixed them up. However, so that does it for all like that stuff that we want to talk about. But one big thing we didn't get into it last week because it happened after
Yep.
the Champions League last week. So just kind of going through like a Champions League roundup here. So last week, we saw Chelsea lose to Dynamo Zagreb, and we saw Chelsea sack Thomas Tuchel. So we didn't get to talk about that because we haven't done an episode since that.
Yep.
So what were some thoughts going through your mind when Thomas Tuchel was sacked on the
It
Wednesday
was
morning?
it was suspected, in my opinion. You could tell the tension in the front office between him and Taboli. To begin with the fact that if you think about it, Tuchel is the last of the Abramovich era as well at Chelsea. It was an era that needed to end for Chelsea and for the future of the club. So I kind of got that. And honestly, if you read about it, I mean, there was a ton of reports over the fact of how heated there was a conversation between Thomas Tuchel and Taboli over potentially signing Cristiano Ronaldo. Tuchel didn't want him in the locker room. He thought he'd be a disruption. He'd be a massive distraction in the locker room. And he's right. I mean, as it is, I mean, I have on Manchester United. I think he's a massive distraction. Um, he's good on the bench, but I think he still undermines Eric Ten Hag quite a bit. And sometimes tries to get away with some of his behavior, and Ten Hag just doesn't allow it. So I think it was suspected. Now, did I think that Potter would be the one to replace him? No. It kind of makes sense in a way because one of the big signings this year was Marco Corella, who they went after relentlessly.
Very hard.
I get it. He is a good right wing defensive man, but there were a lot of other choices to go through. So in a way, don't get me wrong. I think Potter makes a good fit. I just don't think he's a long lasting, sustainable project manager there. I think what he's done at Brighton is because he's had the time to do it. Brighton doesn't have high expectations of winning a title anytime soon. They just want to build that team to the point that they are competitive. And that's what Potter has been doing. He's built a very decent team with a good young core. That makes sense. I just, on the other hand, here, you have a lot of top caliber players, a lot of egos to deal with in the locker room. This is a guy that's never coached a top six flight, type of team. He's never had to deal with Champions League. He's never had to deal with any of these other tournaments that come around. I just don't know if Potter's gonna be the guy. Now he might prove us wrong, and I hope he does. I'm open to that because I think he is a great, great coach. I just don't think that Todd Bailey has the patience to deal with it. I think Todd Bailey's almost an exact picture of Roman Abramovich. In fact, maybe even worse. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I almost thought that for sure Zinedine Zidane was gonna get the call up. That's who I thought was gonna get the call up.
I was a little thrown off by it. I won't lie. However, I'm sitting here now and I'm looking at it, and I feel like this has been a tactical move for Todd Bowley for months now. I think so. When they're going after Cucurella, I think they liked what they saw in Graham Potter, and with everything that was going around with the Chelsea team, the turmoil, Thomas Tuchel, and everything like that. I think realistically speaking, it was a move that I saw happening, but not as quick as it did in a sense. Like I thought we'd get Antonio Conte versus Thomas Tuchel part 2 before this happened.
Yep.
And we're not going to get that in the Premier League anymore. So we'll have to wait and see where Thomas Tuchel goes, which will lead me to my next segment after. But I need to see how Chelsea looks in this Champions League matchup before I can really adjust if I think Graham Potter's a good fit or not. I think the Ten Hag argument you've made was very good. When it came to Chelsea wanting to pick up Cristiano Ronaldo, he's a distraction right now. And I was sitting at the bar the other night, and I was talking to a Manchester United fan who said the same exact words to me and said the best thing that Erik ten Hag did was bench Ronaldo, because the second he did that, these young guys started playing again like they were when they didn't have Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think United's in the right direction. We're waiting to see with Chelsea. But with Tuchel out, where does Tuchel end up next is the question.
I think Tuchel's actually the next one in line to replace Carlo Ancelotti after this season at Real Madrid. I think Tuchel takes his time off for now, doesn't look for a job, and I think he goes over to Real Madrid and coaches Real Madrid. I mean, Ancelotti is confirmed to be done after this season with Real Madrid. He's going to be retiring from coaching. So that leaves an open vacancy. I don't think Zinedine Zidane will be brought back. I think Tuchel will be the guy. Will be the guy to lead Real Madrid.
I think like thinking of one team that he could potentially go to, would be out in Germany. I think Bayern Munich would give him a look. They have been thrilled with the way that Nagelsmann has brought this team up. So I think there's some potential there. I don't think that's his number one option where he goes. I think actually his number one option is actually in the Italian league. And I think it's actually going to be none other than Juventus. I think their patience are running thin with Maximiliano Allegri. And I think if that job becomes available, I think Tuchel takes it. And I think he does what he needs to do to turn that team around to be that Italian giant yet again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the only other place that I can see him going is potentially Atletico. If
Simeone leaves, that's another
Simeone leaves, that's the only other place. I just don't think Bayern Munich would be his first selection, and the only reason I say that is because he had a very close love towards Borussia Dortmund, and he just would not want to be part of the competition.
So, if he goes back to the Premier League, right? Let's talk about a hyperverse or a different universe. Say Klopp or Pep Guardiola are done with their respective teams. Do you think he takes over for one of them?
Yeah, he takes over for Klopp.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, he took over for Klopp at Mainz. He took over for Klopp over at Dortmund. Why not at Liverpool?
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if he comes back in the Premier League, but I do think that wherever he goes, he instantly makes that team a competitor again.
And the only reason I see him also going to Liverpool is he left it with a sour taste in his mouth from Chelsea.
Yeah.
That is his immediate rival, Liverpool. Rest assured, Tuchel wants vengeance, and that would be the best way to do it.
That makes sense. I'll have to wait and see how that all plays out as well. But I don't know. For me, I'm really done. I mean, we got World Cup coming in about a month and a half
Yes,
or
sir.
so. So we got a bunch of stuff coming up that we're excited for. And
Have you got it? Have you gotten the sticker album yet for the World Cup?
I have not. I need to.
I gotta start it. I gotta start it already.
Need to get on it.
Yep. You need to get on it. But with that said, folks, thank you all so much for tuning in to episode 98 of the Yellow Card Podcast. In a couple of weeks, we'll be recording episode 100. We're trying to get some special guests on board, so we'll have a surprise for you all. But with that said, signing off, Diego DJ, Chris Jones. Follow us on Spotify, on TikTok, on Twitter at Podcast Card, on TikTok at Yellow Card Pod, and on Spotify. Just search for Yellow Card Podcast, look for our logo, and we're right there. Thank you all so much. Till next week, see you later.